Greetings, Ewok lovers everywhere. You disgust me. Today, your Star Wars dad, NOOCH, is going to show you Lord Vader performing in the Forest Moon Assault Battle, Challenge Level 3. Oh, can he get it done? Can it happen? But first, let's talk about Ewoks. Do you know Wicket, everyone's favorite little cute Ewok? Do you know how he gets from place to place in the village and on the planet Endor and to the Imperial bunker and back to his village so he can cause great damage to the Galactic Empire? Ewoks! Well, hello everybody. I'm getting ready for work here in about an hour, so I gotta keep the robe. Anyway, so I'm going to show you footage here. I'm already running it right now. This is Lord Vader performing in the Forest Moon Assault Battle, Challenge Tier 3. Now, this is a tier of this assault battle I had never completed previously. I had never been able to do it before. I realized that with my roster, there were probably ways I could have finagled it and worked it to make it happen, but it was just so much work. And now that the assault battles, when I complete it with a 3-star once, I can auto it. I think it's actually worth the investment. But I wasn't going to invest hours every time to try and find the perfect RNG, whatever. So now that I've got Lord Vader and he is Empire, I tried him out. And it took a few tries, but I was able to figure out how to make Lord Vader work. So while this is running, I'm going to talk about the characters and why they're there. I've got Relic 7 Lord Vader. And his biggest benefits are, giving everybody mastery with his AoE, giving everybody mastery whenever a buff disappears. Now keep that in mind for a second. So whenever they lose a buff, they gain mastery. And then his specials and his ultimates, we all know about those. So then we've also got Admiral Piet, and he was the most important part of this for a couple of reasons. One is that everybody gets his buff, the Emperor's Trap, every time they take a turn until the next enemy turn. And so they're going to gain a buff, and then when the Ewoks take a turn, they lose the buff. So every time they lose the buff with Lord Vader's special ability, or his leadership ability actually, they all gain 1 mastery every single time. And it happens constantly. And it's in each encounter. So tier 1, tier 2, it starts from 0 each encounter and works up each time. But by the time you get to the end of the encounter, you're in really good shape. You're doing a lot of damage. You're just in better shape all over with a lot more mastery. So he keeps giving everybody, I keep had to look at it, the Emperor's Trap. And it disappears as soon as the Ewoks take a turn. So you're just building up mastery over and over and over. The second thing he does is, and I can never remember Piet's inevitable failure. So he puts inevitable failure on Lord Vader, I put it on Royal Guard here once or twice too. And what that does is that gives him a debuff where when they take damage, Lord Vader loads up his ultimate. Because the problem is that the Ewoks do damage throughout this entire event, but they don't ever put any debuffs on you. They're just doing damage. So you need that inevitable failure to go on somebody that's going to keep getting hit in order for Lord Vader to load his ultimate faster. Because you need to get it loaded faster because it only lasts, basically the effects of it on the other characters, the extra mastery, the mastery in him, it only lasts throughout the encounter. So you've got to get that loaded as fast as possible each time you're in there. So that's the other reason. There's 2 reasons for Admiral Piet, and he gets the assists on his attacks and everything else. Thrawn is in there for the fracture on tier 4, to fracture Tebow in tier 4. It's so important. You've got to get him fractured. You'll see when you get to tier 4 how NOOCH actually made that happen. And then also he swaps turn meter to Lord Vader. So he's giving Lord Vader more turns to go through his cooldowns, to stack up mastering everybody, to get to his ultimate, to use his second ability. So he loads up his ultimate some more and heals everybody. So that's why you have Thrawn in there. Stormtrooper is just a straight tank. You might try Shore Trooper just because he's going to get an auto taunt. When I had Shore Trooper in there, I actually had trouble keeping him alive because of the auto taunt. I think when he got to tier 3, he just took a massive beating and he was dead before I even got like halfway through tier 3. So it's tier 2 or tier 3. So he was a little tougher to keep alive. Mine are only Relic 3, my Stormtrooper and Shore Trooper. So keep that in mind. You could try one way or the other, but he's just there to take damage. And then Royal Guard. So Royal Guard with his Zeta and with his special ability gives health back to everybody at the end of every turn if an Empire ally took damage. So he's just reloading health over and over and over again, and plus he doubles his health. The guy's just a massive tank, and he just fits perfectly with Lord Vader, and the two of them together just build an almost unscalable wall that you can't get through. So with that team, I was able to make it through this entire event, 3-starred it all the way through, so now I can auto it going forward, and it was really kind of fun. It did take about 22 minutes. I'm going to let this run. I'm going to put tags down in the description below so you guys can go to. I'm just going to put a tag for, well, I'll put one for each level in the description here. So that's it, everybody. So that's how I got through the event. Go ahead and enjoy the event for the rest of the way. I'm going to disappear and just let it play. I'll come back at the end just to give a little wrap up, and that's all you got. Well, there you have it. There's Lord Vader team getting 3 stars on the Forest Moon Assault Battle. Challenge tier 3. So hopefully that helps you guys. If you got Lord Vader, you can get in there and take care of this and knock it out. For those of you who don't have Lord Vader and are working toward it, here is a benefit. There are benefits to having Lord Vader. Here's one of them. It makes this really doable in a much easier way. And guys, of course, always remember, Nooch too good.